I make people anxious in my videos because apparently I nearly spill my tea in every single one. So on that note, welcome back to Spill the Tea, where I drink my cup of tea and tell you all about the books that I've been reading recently. I've recently finished Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross and Kill for Me, Kill for You by Steve Kavanagh. Wild Reverence was a 4.25 star. I love Rebecca Ross. It cannot be anything less than a 4-star for the pure artistry that you find in this book. I hoped it would be a 5-star. It's not my favourite book by her because I found the pacing to be somewhat off. It took me about 60% of the book to really get into it, but once I did, I read it in about an afternoon. I listened to Kill for Me, Kill for You on audiobook, and I got so into it that I had to download it onto my Kindle as well. I feel like I literally read it in about 2 sittings. It was phenomenal. We're following 2 women who meet. They're kind of connected by a shared grief and rage, and they make this pact to unalive each other's tormentors. This is the perfect book to get you out of a reading slump. Sometimes I find a thriller is the genre to get me out of it, and because this one is so good and you get through it so quickly, you'll be back reading at your normal pace in no time. I'm currently reading If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I've literally got 2 chapters into it, but already the vibes are set. I don't know where this is going. I don't want to know anything about this book, but it has been on my shelves for ages, so I'm really glad I'm finally picking this one up and knocking it out. But on another note, I am going away this week and I have very little baggage room, so I don't think I can actually bring a book, but I can bring a Kindle, so I am going to pick up Fallen Stars by Imani Eriu. I think that will be the perfect book to take away with me, and then I'll get back to If We Were Villains when I get back. And what am I going to read next, you ask? What a good question. I have no idea, to be honest. It depends on how I feel. Currently, I'd love to pick up Babel after I finish If We Were Villains, because that's the other book that is on my required reading list for October. I'm intimidated by it, but I am also excited by it. I've only read one other R.F. Kuang. It was not my favourite, but I loved her writing, because this is a fantasy. It's set in Oxford, dark academia, following translation students. Sounds like an amazing combination of things that I personally am going to love. But I will also finish Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. This was my classic book of September. I'm kind of ashamed to say I'm still reading it now, but it's because I was listening to the audiobook and then my hold expired. So I've had to reserve it again, and I'm hoping it will come in the next week or so. But needless to say, I am loving that book so far, and it is my intention to finish this by the end of the month.